Well, I think first off, before we go to questions, just really in general today, I thought the storyline, was the defense performing really well. I thought they came out and really got after it. It's a little bit tough to evaluate, obviously, because we didn't tackle today with so many guys out already. A lot of positions down to 1 or 2 guys. So we made a decision not to tackle today and really focus on our frontline guys and the communication of offense, defense, special teams. And so I thought our special teams were really good in that. I thought our defense was. Offense was shaky early. But at the same time, too, it's kind of hard to truly tell in the run game when they're not tackling and you're not breaking any tackles. So then to the question, we got to look at the film. There are 2 interceptions. Those were Cody's first 2 interceptions in here. And, we got to see, it looked like they're tipped, one off the defender's hand, one off of the receiver's hand. So like anything in any evaluation, you got to go to the film to really evaluate it and, not just evaluate from what you see really quick because sometimes interceptions, are uncontrollable.
Might you still play both of them? Is anything off the table at this point?
Well, I've said the same thing all along, so I'll just go back to saying the same thing. Ideally, we want to have 1 quarterback for the starter for the opening game. We're not really a 2-system quarterback program, but at the same time, we got to make sure we find the right guy. So I would not rule out anything, but that's the same thing I've said, for 3 weeks.
I know you want to go back to the film, but what can you attribute to the first-team offense's early struggles?
Well, I think first off, you can't evaluate completely because of broken tackles. When you play in a real game, when we told the officials today, be lenient with the Cardinal team spots, help them out, and don't help the white team out. So part of that was that too. So anytime a guy was touched, we spotted there instead of giving them more yardage. So like I said, it's a little bit tough to evaluate, but the communication was not perfect early. Some misalignment. So obviously that's got nothing to do with anything except not performing really well.
Nelson had a great day. Can you talk about his performance?
Well, that was good for Nelson. Nelson had the great spring, good start to camp, and then kind of had some ups and downs throughout camp. So to come out today, I think he had 250 yards, was really good for him.
Cody started both halves. Anything to be read into that?
No.
His starting or anything?
No, as you guys have seen, we just rotated guys, different guys start, and they both play a lot. And so by the time this thing's over, they basically have thrown the same amount of passes the whole camp.
Despite injuries, do you think this team has accomplished everything you'd hoped during camp?
No, I don't think you ever do. I think you always want things to be better and you want things to be perfect. So we still have a long ways to go. We're not playing a game today or tomorrow, and so we'll go watch this film and continue to push on.
Who stood out to you the most?
Well, I think that the front on the defense, did what you probably would expect them to do. Really dominate the day and not allow the other offense to move the ball very much. And as we mentioned, thought Nelson had a really good day.
Lane, you said not having the quarterback decision made is not ideal. As time presses on, does it become more and more less ideal?
Well, yeah. Like I said all along, we would like to have had it done a long time ago, but it's not. And I don't know, off of just watching today prior to going to the film, I don't know that today cleared it up much more, because, both guys did some good things.
Hard to evaluate the running game with no tackling, but what do you think of offensive line at this point?
Yeah, I don't know today off of that because of the no tackling. We did cut something today, so we got that on film. We haven't done that before, so it was good for those guys, but I didn't think the pass protection was as good as it should have been versus the opponent. So, we'll still keep pushing on. And then we took Marcus out. Marcus could have kept playing in a real game, and we took him out because he's a little banged up.
Looking to Hawaii, can you talk a little bit about what you've seen or what you're, based on last year, what you expect them to be doing?
Yeah, we're not on to Hawaii. I spent time in July on that, but, we're not on to Hawaii with this team right now. This team's still coming together, and we're still working on ourselves, and, we'll get to Hawaii here in a couple days.
Marquise went down over here on the sideline. Any update on how he's doing?
Yeah, he came out, same injury as before, but I think he's fine.
Thanks,
All right.
Coach.
Thanks, guys.